All right, we live now. Oh, okay, here go LaShawn
Yeah, I send out all the links.
and Tamika.
Hey,
Hey
Tamika.
Okay,
guys.
it's a party
I'm
then.
telling you, party in this thing.
Happy Sunday.
Hey, the whole Mirror Conversation crew is in the place. The whole Mirror Conversation crew is in the place, man.
We here, we in here.
I'm telling you, the whole Mirror Conversation. Even though Aiden part of it too, but Aiden part of it too. But we're here, we're here. I don't even know if Smoke live or not yet, man. But shoot, everybody here.
I am live.
Hey, and I made sure I sent out the oh, he is live. I did send out the link to all of you guys too, man.
I appreciate.
I'm
Nah,
happy
we
everybody
appreciate
got
y'all
on
for coming in.
at a decent time and we ain't missed nothing. We ain't missed nothing. But hey, I'm getting better at this little setting up my little camera. As y'all can see, man, I look kind of fly in the camera today, man. The camera got me looking good. I got a haircut. I ain't got no hat.
Oh snap, he feeling himself, y'all.
Yep.
You supposed to. You supposed to
Facts.
feel
And then
yourself.
I'm trying to wait for Smoke to sit down before I even start talking about anything. Anything.
You're looking
Hey, so,
beautiful. You're looking beautiful.
Thank you.
uh,
Traveling, I'm in Denver,
Never mind, I see
Colorado.
your haircut. I'm gonna acknowledge you too.
thank you. I appreciate it. To be honest with you, now, I ain't need nobody to acknowledge me. I did all the acknowledgement and introducing myself in the beginning. In the beginning. All right, man. Look, we're gonna go ahead and start. I know Smoke is coming.
I'm
Welcome
right
everybody
here,
to
man.
Mirror
We just got a couple
Conversation.
groceries.
Once again, we back at it again with our crew. We got LaShawn, we got Tamika, we got D, and we got Gasoline. Everybody here. We can let's do a little something. Let's do a little something before Smoke waiting on Smoke to come back. So Sean, I know me and you are cousins. I know that's how you pretty much came to be a part of this whole Mirror Conversation. Tell me something that you being part of this whole Mirror Conversation podcast on a weekly basis. Like what has it did for you when it comes to your life? I know it ain't make no drastic changes, but can you explain to us what it did for you in your life?
Actually, it has I'm teaching myself consistency, and this is something consistent that I'm doing. It's great information that you guys are throwing out there, and it actually tags along with what I'm doing, so it's like a soul tribe type of thing. So yes, I'm here for it every
Yeah,
week.
for sure.
I got you. So
Support.
so Smoke, since these are our regulars, I am giving them opportunity to really tell what has the Mirror Conversation has done for them in their life. I know it ain't nothing major, you know what I'm saying, but I know it
Oh
did a
nah,
lot in
yeah,
my
I
life.
heard you.
Okay, I'm
I heard
sorry.
you.
My bad, my guy. Hey, Tamika,
Oh
you want to
nah. I
speak on
mean,
that?
I wasn't saying it like that, but yeah, I was
I got you.
listening. I was listening.
All right, Tamika look like she on pause. D, we know we ain't gonna never see you on the camera. You got something to say?
Oh, I just love the podcast. I like what we talk about. I know it's very inspirational to people that's watching. Y'all will see me on the camera one day. Don't act like
Oh,
that.
I just put that out there. I just put that out there. You need to
I
change your
make my
name instead of
debut.
D. Put no face for now.
Yeah, for now. But wait till I get right. Then I got you.
No, we
Yeah, I
cool with
mean,
that. I'm definitely cool with that.
she could have put her picture up as her like her little icon. I
Y'all
don't know
can't
how she
stand
would
when
have.
women are mysterious, huh? Let us be mysterious.
I know how she look.
It doesn't matter. She want the voice, you know.
Nah, I feel you. So, hey, Smoke. So, me and you came together, just to do this because I had something going on, in my life, and I came to you and I talked to you and I wanted to express a lot of things. So, when it comes to me, what Mirror Conversation has did for me, like Sean, I'm a little bit like you. It's the consistency. It's the consistency that we do this, and Ain't nobody telling us to do this. Ain't nobody telling us or encouraging us to do this. Like, we do this, we take this hour or two out of our time every single week to put out any information that we can possibly put out. Like, me and Smoke made this very clear. I don't care if it's one person listening or nobody listening. Smoke said something that resonated with me on yesterday. I don't know, was it yesterday or whenever the last time we smoked? We
Friday.
spoke. He said, Smoke said that, Lamont, if you keep on doing what you're doing, you're gonna be immortal. And he seen my face and he was like, you ain't get it. You ain't get it. He pretty much said that the things that we do, with all the information that we put out, it'll be here forever. As long as this world's here in this digital world, YouTube, StreamYard, whatever it is, like, it's gonna be here. It's gonna be here. And I truly understand when he said that. So, like, Mirror Conversations has did so much for me, and when it comes to my growth, my ability to speak in front of a camera, my ability to express my feelings, and don't be upset because I'm telling the world how I feel about a situation, a topic, or something that's in my life. So that's what it did to me. That's what Mirror Conversations has gave me over the last couple months that we've been doing this.
I
Also,
mean, for me, oh, go ahead.
I wanted to just chime in and ask us two being relatives, that we are breaking generational curses and leaving behind generational wealth, meaning knowledge. We're leaving information behind for generations to come. That's what me and you are doing.
Yeah,
We're breaking some things.
I'm with that. I'm definitely with that. Like, for real. But I don't know, man. But hey, Tamika, you the last one. Can you even hear us?
Yes, I can.
Oh, she's
And
there.
I'm sorry I missed the question. I was ordering. What was the question?
The question was, like, me and Smoke even had a show one day when you was the only guest. Like, you were live with us. So the main question is, like, what has Mirror Conversations did for you in your life, and like, what could you take from it and tell the world?
I kind of look forward to our conversation. Sometimes it's interesting hearing things from the male perspective. I appreciate you and Smoke. And sometimes when my brother joins us, just being vulnerable. Um, Sometimes when we process things, I always say males and females process things differently. So it's always good to have those conversations. And it really has me thinking. I look forward to our little Sunday talks on Mirror
Facts.
Conversation.
That's exactly what they are. That's exactly
Hearing
what they are. But
both sides from the male and the
Absolutely.
hey,
Absolutely.
Smoke, good job on the design too, my guy.
Okay,
I
we
like
got
this.
Oh, y'all
fancy.
see it?
Yes.
I ain't think nobody
Hey,
was
we
gonna
learning
notice
every
that.
day. But so let's get down to the
Hold on. I need to answer the question.
Oh, you did? My
He
bad,
didn't
I did
answer
Smoke.
the
not.
question. I interrupted him. Go ahead, Smoke.
My bad, my
Nah.
guy.
It's all good. So for me, and I do want to put this out there. For me, the whole podcast and the Mirror Conversations is I really, believe it or not, a nigga who basically tried to speak for a living. I don't talk to a lot of people. You know, I don't share my insights with a lot of people. I don't dig deep into a lot of people. So this podcast gives me a reason and an outlet, because I remember it was a time where people always used to be like, well, even my kids, like, don't ask daddy because he gonna give you a lecture. And I'm trying to tell you what I learned. And it's crazy that even sometimes the kids like, man, yes or no, man. I don't want to hear all that. And so I do like the fact that I do have a time out of my life where I could just speak. You know what I'm saying? And without having to make a new friend, or because you know people are wavery, and I'm a good person at heart. Not perfect, but I'm a good person at heart. So my intentions with people be good, and making new friends and opening yourself up to someone new, that's risky.
It
So to
is.
be able to be here and give out just stuff I learned, because believe it or not, people seem to be surprised. I actually indulge in a lot of information.
Yeah.
And so it's good to be able to just come on here and be able to share some of that information I know. You know what I'm saying? And even argue a little bit. I mean, like, it's like in public or outside of this realm, when you argue with people, like they take it so personally.
Mm-hmm.
They
Like
do.
I'm a person I open myself to creative criticism because I do stuff like I do music, I do podcasts. So somebody always like, hey, you know what? You should turn your camera to the left. And when you are a creator, you just kind of have to get used to like people opinions. So I kind of like learning things, having conversations with y'all. It really is, what's the word? It's fulfilling. It's fulfilling. You know what I'm saying? It's fulfilling.
I agree with you on that. I definitely agree with you on that. Hey, but look, Smoke threw it on me today, man, and like I've been facing a whole bunch of things in my life when it comes to just living. So he put the topic on me today, man, and I just really came up with the topic on a lot of the things that I was facing, man. And pretty much our topic today: are you a yes man or you a boundary pusher? Like I had a conversation with someone before the podcast, and they were like, boundary pusher, like just the boundary is it can be a derogatory word. You know what I'm saying? But like we had a talk, we broke it down to each other. We got a clear understanding of being a boundary pusher. So that's our topic for today. Before we jump into the meat and stripping eggs, does anybody got anything to say about this topic before we jump into it?
I'm really trying to understand it, because I'm trying to figure out if you're saying boundary pusher, so you're saying to push yourself against others' boundaries.
Well, that's why we talking. That's why we talking, because my conversation with that person was on the same page that you on, and we gonna say this, and that person was a woman. So not to separate anything, but it's just the difference of women thinking and men thinking. Because when I said Smoke the topic, Smoke was like, "Oh man, that's good," but that could be just Smoke just going with that. But I think this is a good topic, man, to get everybody's perspective of it. So once we get into it, Sean, you'll see exactly where we coming from. Tamika,
Okay.
you got anything? Smoke?
Well,
D?
nah, especially the fact that you
No, I'm
put
good with
yes
it.
man.
I think it's a good topic because it's a good topic. We'll get into it.
Let's go, Smoke.
Yeah,
What
so
you got?
I can better understand it.
Well, we'll let Lamont explain his reason behind the topic and his experience, and then we all can tap in because I think we all gonna have a different
Yeah,
outlook.
everybody. Everybody is. So my main reason of this, right? Like this is I want to make this clear to everybody. This is not talking about anybody or company or anything like that. I was faced with a lot of things at my old job, right? I really do think my honest opinion of me losing my job is that I pretty much wasn't no yes man.
All
Like,
right, for people who don't because slangs be different. So if you can, man, I just would like for you to elaborate. Like, what's your definition of a yes man?
I'm gonna give you both of them.
All right, bet.
Right. So I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. If I'm a boss and if I'm a leader, right? Why do I have to go ask you to do anything or get approval to do anything when I'm a boss, right? Right? And since I'm a boss, I make my own decisions. I don't care. If you wrong, I'm gonna tell you you wrong. If you right, I'm gonna tell you you right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just gonna agree with you just because you my boss or you my best friend or you my girlfriend or you my wife.
Agreed.
I'm,
Agreed.
I'm not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Because I stand on my own morals. So I'm gonna give you a definition. I'm gonna define a yes man, right? Always agrees to avoid conflict. I want the conflict. I want all the smoke. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm a debater. So I'm not going to be a yes man. I'm not going to always agree with nobody just because I'm going to hurt your feelings. And I think everybody in this group know me. I'm going to say what I got to say. You know what I'm saying?
And it's
So my
health.
yes man.
That's healthy. That's healthy to have freedom of expression without the need. I could agree to disagree that we ain't on the same page.
And guess what? Being a yes man, you ain't doing that.
Everybody not gonna accept a person not being a yes person, but everybody wants a yes person.
Yes.
And the thing is, a lot of people, when you go against what they feel, they get offended. But if I'm your friend and I'm a real friend, or just like you said, even in the workplace, I'm gonna tell you the truth. Now how you accept it is on you. But I'm not
Exactly.
finna be your yes person.
Yeah.
I'm not
So
gonna tell you what you want to hear, because at the end, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hinder and I'm gonna hurt you by making you believe that what you're doing is okay.
exactly.
And when I think of a yes person in terms of relationships, I want my partner publicly to be a yes person. If something is going down, we are going to agree in public. And when we get in the house, we get in the car, rip my head off if you need to.
Hey,
But together we stand as one.
but that's not being a yes person. You just said it. Together we stand as one. That's
But in that
cool.
moment, I may need you to be a yes person.
That's cool. But
But
where I'm at,
privately,
where I'm at with being a yes person and pushing the boundaries. Being a yes person is not doing this. Is I'm doing this and it's making me feel uncomfortable. That's the yes person. I'm doing this because this is against my morals. This is against the person who I am. Like, I'm gonna give you another one. Often sacrifice personal values to fit in. I'm not doing that.
Okay, so
Okay. That was good. That was good.
I want
Now,
to
now,
speak
now, can I
on the
ask you?
yes man.
Can I ask the question? And it's not to offend. It's to really to have it be looked at, because I look at everything now within myself. I've noticed that I have a problem with authority. So is it the way that the person delivered it, or is it strictly against your moral?
See, I think that when we talking about a yes man, right? This is somebody who may not agree with everything you're doing. And this just my thing, but I think it gets out because all right, like let's say you're at work. Me, I'm the type of person I know how people is. So I'm not finna correct everything somebody does at work. Cause it's just too draining. So I'm not a yes man. Like they be doing stupid stuff at the job all the time. And I'll be like, that's dumb as hell. Why if the shell's full of tissue, you would order a pallet of more tissue? All right, but carry on though. It's ordered now. You know what? I ain't got nothing. All right, carry on. I'm gonna leave this shit in the middle of the warehouse. Cause so it's to me like sometimes it's not saying that I'm a yes man, but everything just don't deserve the energy. And as far as like when people come to you, right? Like let's take our podcast for instance. Somebody might say, "I'ma just keep it real. Y'all don't need all them people up there."
Yeah.
Now that's not being a yes or no, man. That's something that I didn't ask you for, but you able to speak on it because I'm creative.
Yup.
Me, most of my life, I always wanted to like soar. So I always had things on display. You know what I'm saying? I might make a song, everybody ain't gonna like it. I might be doing something that people don't like, but notice people who don't create gonna give you the lecture. Like I got a homeboy who call me every morning and we talk. But when I say, hey man, dog, I like what you be saying, jump on the podcast. Well, I ain't ready for the camera. But you know what you need to do in the podcast? I don't say nothing to him, or I don't, be like, man, shut the fuck up. You ain't even doing no podcast. I don't do that. But people would say, hey, I'm just being honest. You just being honest about something that I'm creating and you're not doing.
Yup.
So we have to watch that. Once we put stuff on display and give people a time, because one thing about it, right? The minute you say to somebody what you think, guess what they're gonna do? Tell you what they think.
Yup.
That's the question
That's
you
it.
asked.
That's just me. That's just me.
that you really didn't want the answer to. So I don't ask questions no more. You
Yeah,
don't
don't
ask
ask me
questions.
no questions and you don't
Yeah,
want the answer because I'm gonna give
yeah,
you
Yeah.
what you
yeah.
asked
So
for.
you
You
opened yourself up to the
criticism.
criticism, and you have to be able to input it.
I
You know
mean,
what I'm
I
saying?
think that everyone on the stage, right? We have because we creators. We create
Yeah.
things.
All of us.
I think that we all have been criticized without asking for it. People just see you doing something and think that it should be criticized because
And
you're
you do
doing
it your
something.
way. And you do it your way. And
Sometimes you
that's
have to. Sometimes God gives you something. And I'm only saying that because I am a creator. People might be like, well, I don't like this song.
I
I don't
had a
like that
bad
song.
habit of
I don't
being
like this.
of giving unwanted advice. Now I just be like, you know what? You come to me with an idea, that's on you. You got it.
Yeah, but
Sometimes
go ahead,
sometimes
go
it
ahead.
like Smoke said, it don't deserve the energy. I'm not finna go back and forth with you. You already got your mind made up, so I'm with you.
All
But
right
as far
now.
as like going like Lamont said with boundaries, now you come to me, you doing something out of the ordinary and I don't agree with it, I'ma tell you, hey
All right,
no.
so D, I ain't mean to cut you off. I promise you. So they're gonna go to my definition of a boundary pusher, right? The boundary pushers are the people that challenge the status quo. It can be right, but guess what? It can be better. Those are the boundary pushers. The boundary pushers are the people that speaks up when they're uncomfortable.
Wait, but then you said boundary pushing, like you just said, you made that statement that if you push a boundary, you telling them what you're doing is good, but it could be better. We had this conversation a couple of weeks ago about saying, "Hey, I like them circles that you was marking on that wall, but these hearts gonna look better. It's gonna make the whole art pop." But y'all said, "I want to draw circles." Do you remember that?
I
and
remember
again,
that.
and
Okay,
that's
okay.
why I
So
brought
And
now
up.
I'm
we
so
come back
glad
to
that you
this.
said that. I'm
Okay.
so
And
glad
that's
that
why
you
and
Go
said
that's
ahead,
why
that.
I
Mike.
brought up, is it still your ego that needs to be killed? Is it still
Right.
the
Okay,
So LaShawn,
is
so
it
you
still that
remember that,
ego
right?
that you still try to hold on to?
Okay.
They
okay.
We get
Notice,
that. Smoke,
notice,
go first. I'm gonna go.
notice in this topic, this Lamont's topic. So maybe he going through something eternally.
Because
If y'all notice what
he
I
wants
said,
us to confirm what he feels, but it's still an ego death. Kill it.
no,
No.
because in my opinion, a yes man doesn't have to change your dream. Like it's like I said, hey, I woke up this morning and you know what? I'm gonna paint circles on this wall. Just because you don't tell me that hearts will make it look better, it don't make you a yes man.
Yes.
Sometimes God gives you a vision, and
Yes.
sometimes you
Yes.
have the ability to do something that no one believes in.
Yeah.
And so just because you ain't a yes man does not mean that you should alter someone's vision. Like I always ask people, if something don't matter to me, hey man, it don't matter however you want to do it. I'm gonna back you and support you. It's like people be wanting you to say, oh, let's do it like this and like this and like this, so they could criticize it. If you got a dream, just go out there. I'm gonna support you. If I have to walk
So
through the mud, oh,
at
go
that
ahead, go
point
ahead.
you don't need validation then. So you shouldn't have to call anyone and say, hey, what you think about this? You already got your vision that God
right.
gave you. So no
Hey,
one should be able
hey,
to validate that vision.
That's
hey,
my
so,
that's my
so,
point, LaShawn. That's what I
so,
was saying. People,
so,
what Lamont
Looking for
said is
validation.
when you
so,
see something
Hold
wrong.
on, Smoke. Let him talk.
wait.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Hey,
all right.
no, Smoke was on the right thing, right? He was on the right thing.
Go
When I
ahead, go
say
ahead.
challenge the status quo, right? I ran a production company, right? We built cabinets, right? So with me being there and me coming along and being part of that company, not saying the company was doing something wrong. The status quo is what they were doing, right? That's what they're doing. That's what their flow is. They ain't got to change it because it works,
Right.
right? It works. So me being a boundary pusher, I'm like, oh, this can be better. Oh, you got 15
Okay.
employees doing that? Oh, only 10 can do that. That's challenging the status quo. You know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
now I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. You was telling them how you could see it being better as a leader. Hey,
Yes.
this could be better. We could cut down on this
Yeah.
if we do this, and they just straight up didn't want to hear
Hey,
nothing.
Hey, I'm gonna put it like this: boundary pushers are leaders.
All right, so can I ask a question?
I like that.
Y'all don't get mad.
Go ahead, Smoke.
But did they ask you to change it?
Again,
No.
the ego.
All right,
No.
so check it out. Just hear me out. Just hear me out. It's like LaShawn said. When you ask someone, what do you think? They gonna tell you. But my point is, a lot of times people are volunteering their opinion where their
Yes.
opinion is not needed. And I feel what you're saying. This could be better. Like I was a timekeeper for the VA. I had started doing a lot of things.
You by the train.
Y'all can hear me?
Me, I had to
Yeah.
step in.
Yeah, we can hear you, Smoke.
Okay, so I had started doing different things, and Dia tell you I had became like the person who does FMLA. I had became the person who helped people put in requests to HR. I became this big person, and they had to give me a slash. So I became a timekeeper slash program support clerk. But I ain't get a raise though. I got a new title. I ain't get a raise. So basically, I ain't need to do all that stuff. I did do it. But I'm just saying, sometimes you need to be like, oh, that could be better. But if that's how they want to rock with it, I let the boat
Are
drown.
you yes man or about
Yeah. And so this goes next to my next one. It says, speak up when it's uncomfortable for you. Like the yes man gonna say yeah, regardless if it's gonna mess him up, if it's gonna cause him pain, or is it gonna cause him a headache. I'm not that guy. I've tried it and it doesn't work for me. Relationships, friendships, work, however you want to call it, it ain't. I gotta speak up. I gotta speak up. That's one thing. And believes growth comes from tension, not conflict. So that's my little thing right there.
I've learned over time that certain people you can be real with, and let them know I'm not finna be your yes man on certain situations. But you have certain people that that you just be like, you know what, that's you. I ain't gonna even say nothing. Whether you agree with them or not, you just be like, you know what, I ain't even finna get that energy because I know where it's gonna go. They don't want to hear it, and whatever you tell them, they still gonna go with how they feel. So some people you can actually have a conversation like, for example, you might be like, damn, Smoke kind of difficult. If I tell him X, Y, and Z, he ain't gonna listen. He's still gonna do his thing. But I know if I talk to Dewana and I tell Dewana, she come to me with a problem, she ain't gonna be as if she'll hear me out. Some people you just gotta know how to treat.
Dewana, which exactly as I was thinking about that, as at work, in a work environment, as a Black female, when you are not the yes person, you're perceived as being difficult. And I'm okay with
Ooh.
saying no.
Mhm.
Like
all the time.
I had one
Yep,
job
I know you
and
did.
I was a leader. They were taking the teachers out
I said that's when you
for a
put it back
meal
on the charger when it's on
at
30.
5 o'clock in the afternoon. Mind you, my job was an hour away from home. Well, I have to pick my kid up from school. So I notified my superior that I would not be attending the meeting. She had an issue for that and ended up writing me up for it, saying I wasn't a team player. I said, I come to work and these people don't speak to me. They don't say good morning. They pass me in the hallway. They're rude. I am not going to sacrifice picking up my child, inconveniencing someone else, being a yes person just because you feel like I should be there. So I said no. And oftentimes, especially as African American females, we are perceived as being difficult when we are not quick to say yes, right? When additional tasks are being put on you, like Smoke
Or
said.
speak
Okay,
up. If
well,
we speak
yeah,
up or we don't agree with it, we're always gonna be perceived difficult.
absolutely. Why are you giving me more work and a new title with no money? Who was doing it before? I'm okay saying no, and that tends to
You know, this
ruffle
this is a
feathers.
this is a great conversation because and I'm speaking on women, I'm speaking on women, and I'm speaking on me. we tend to be yes people in relationships all the time, that we're uncomfortable with some of the things our spouse or our significant others is asking us to do. But because we are in love or think we're in love, we compromise our beliefs just to be in that relationship. So that this topic for me was settled on relationships for me, because
Hey,
in anything else, I'm gonna speak. Don't come to me because I don't sugarcoat nothing.
hey,
So
look,
you
I
ain't gonna
feel
come to me
you.
for an opinion.
Look, so cousin, I'm gonna be very honest with you on that. Like, I don't think being a yes person, yes man, yes woman, all of that really pertains to a relationship. Let me tell you why. Because I feel what you're saying right there, when it comes to relationship and just doing a lot of that, I think you got to go a little deeper than being a yes man, because that's a people pleaser. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a please you. You know what I'm saying? That's just not being the yes person. Like, the yes person is more of like how can I say this? Like, I'm gonna give you an example of the danger of being a yes man or a yes woman, however you want to call it. Loss of respect internally and from others, becoming invisible or easily replaced, building silent resentment that eventually explodes. Like, that don't come from making your person
Mine, that's
happy.
still in a relationship. Just listen to all the things that you just said. Us women, we could be in a relationship where a man be talking about he want another female. We know that goes against our values, against our principles, but we do it anyway and feel bad about it. That makes us a yes
I,
person.
I, I can't find none. I can't find
I'm
no
just
no.
saying, but it
Hey,
happens.
hey,
It's happening. It's happening. It's happening in relationships more than I would say in public society. In relationships, not just people pleasing. We're yesing ourselves to things that we're not
hey,
comfortable with.
hey. I agree. I agree. I definitely agree. I definitely agree with that, man. Hey, Smoke, you been sitting back. You been listening. I need to hear you hear you talk, my guy.
Nah, because I'm just listening. You know what I'm saying? Because I ain't gonna lie, I have been that person. I have been the person where people be like, well, I ain't gonna say nothing to him because he's difficult. But what people don't understand is that when you're opinionated, people gonna say that you difficult. Especially if you're criticizing my dream. See, this is the thing about when you say somebody's a yes man. If someone has a dream or a vision that they trying to set out, sometimes your opinion just ain't needed. Like shit, sometimes like when I got out of prison, I was going to school. I used to be the oldest nigga in the class sometimes. People used to be like, damn, bro, you probably want to make a little move, man. You getting old. You know what I'm saying? Like people are gonna say stuff, you know? And if and I think I've allowed a certain thing where I let people, well, like if you tell me, hey Smoke, you shouldn't invest in Apple, and I say why, and you ain't ready to explain yourself, now I'm difficult because I'm ready to explain myself about why I'm investing in Apple. And I would love to hear your rebuttal. And I can take that into consideration for my decision. But what most people want to do is just talk out the side of their ass.
Hey,
And
yeah,
then
look,
and then when you say, well, why you say that, and the explanations go all the way around and you're direct, especially if it has something to do with your abilities. Like if I tell somebody, hey man, shit, I'm about to invest $50,000 in Lamont business. Oh, why would you do that? Because this nigga is creative and he builds shit.
I've learned over time that, well, just dealing with people and different personalities and stuff like that, if it ain't affecting me, my morals, my money, my life, my household, I don't give a fuck what nobody do at this point. I ain't finna go against what you doing, whatever you say. It got to the point, it's not that I'm being a yes person. I just choose my peace over whatever they got
No
going on.
bullshit.
yeah. Hey, I got one of the viewers in the chat. Ruby Smith says, people don't like disagreements. People always want to be right.
I agree. I ain't gonna lie. I used to be one of them people who I want to be right, so I'm gonna go all the way around. I'm finna pull this out. I got this back, this back. I'm that person. I used to be that person. Now I don't care if a person feel if I'm right or wrong. It's how
You
I
got the air
feel.
off? It's kind of hot in here. You hot?
So I'm not finna go and be
Oh,
looking
you
for
don't cut it on?
validation or whatever the case may be. But before I used to do that, man, I used to argue who? I'm finna call this person to make them remember. You remember when this happened? I'm that person.
And another thing too, why? Like I tell my wife this all the time. Why is it about right or wrong? You just say how you feel. I'm gonna say how I feel, and we acknowledge the situation. So, and this is the thing too. Somebody can act, and it's like what you said, LaShawn. Somebody, when you ask somebody something, let them answer. But I noticed with women too that a woman would say, something simple. Nigga, why you cheated? Oh, well, listen, this what happened. Oh, don't justify it. Sometimes you just gotta sit down and shut the fuck up. Because people really, and this is what I learned too. People really don't give a fuck what you think.
They
They
don't.
just talking. So sometimes you need to be like, all right, because people don't care about what you think.
They don't at all.
All of this for me goes to validation. I don't need nobody to validate me on anything. And now every now and then I have to pull my, well, shoot, I get pulled back because I'll call and be like, what you thinking? And, my cousin be like, you just answered your own question. So where did we get what we need to be validated? Because a lot of it is validation and ego. I don't care. I'm not going to ask you what I already sense in my mind that I already got situated. You know what I'm saying? And people will call you and be like, but I thought about doing it this way. Well, why did you call me? You got it all planned out. Like the person, like someone just said, you got it all planned out, but you need to be validated. And when somebody's not validating you, it breaks your ego. So don't even put it out there.
Facts. Facts. Hey, I'm so much with that, man. I'm so much
I like
with
to get
that.
up.
Like, I got another one. I got another one. The power of pushing the envelope. Growth only comes when you step out of your comfort zone. Tell me, is that a true statement or not? And that's the boundary pusher. They love to be outside their comfort zone because they already know, like, the growth comes out being outside your comfort zone. And don't get me wrong, like, I ain't always been the person that I'm been. Like, I think everybody on this whole live part of Mirror Conversation, they know that I evolved. I took some back sets. I evolved again, and now I'm this person that the only thing that matters to me is my peace. And me being a yes man, I ain't gonna be too peaceful.
I had a supervisor at a job tell me that the only thing constant is change.
Mm.
And that really resonated with me. And this was probably about in 2016, and I still remember that statement. And I even tell my students all the time, because in my line of work as a healthcare provider, when you walk in, you don't know what you're walking into. You got to be flexible. You just have to adapt to the situation. So sometimes you have to push those boundaries. If you continue to do what you've always done, you're going to continue to get the same results that you've always gotten. So, yeah, sometimes you have to challenge those boundaries. And sometimes when we think about our own personal growth, sometimes God tells us to move and do stuff and we don't. And he'll slam the door in our face and say, didn't I tell you to move?
Didn't I?
Didn't I tell you to move? And you're like, okay, daddy.
Hey,
You repeat that same cycle over and over again and trying to figure out how I get here. Because
and
you
that's a
gave
big
was given that
fact.
option to
Grace
move.
and favor. Grace and
Hey,
favor,
so
man.
to piggyback off of what Tamika said, here goes my next one. Respect is earned by those who can stand firm with grace, man. Like,
Wait, say
real
that
talk.
again.
Respect is earned by those who can stand firm with grace. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why, like, the yes man, he ain't gonna never be able to do that, man. Like, because what do you stand for? Like, what do you stand for? What is your purpose? Like, what are you out here for? You out here to make other people feel good? like we said in the beginning. When I start to feel uncomfortable, you got to know about it. You got to know about it because it got to be corrected. Because if it's not corrected, I'm gonna have a problem with it all the time.
A yes person wants you to stand with them whether they right, wrong, or
yes, and I'm not that guy. I'm not that guy.
And then another cliche term that comes to mind is if you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything.
Mm.
Who be making up these terms though?
I like that.
Nah.
I like that. I
So
move at the sound of my own beat these days. I am so serious. I address what needs to be addressed in my spirit.
Hey,
And if I don't feel that it's moving my spirit, it don't even get that attention. It don't even get that effect. I feel like if you could take a fall and dance in and step up out it gracefully, you on top of everything.
big facts.
I mean, and also if you somebody like me who like get out of control, even though people I'm being real now. I would go there. So I do need somebody to be like, hey, what the fuck you doing? So I be expecting that. But if I have logic behind it, and that's why I said I enjoy this podcast, because my wife would tell you everybody don't like my lectures. Because I would go into, we could be talking and I might tell you something I read in the Bible quick. Well, when I read this, and people be like, church, really?
You
But
don't
I'm just saying,
went too far. You don't went too above their heads, but that's where you're at.
it's
let me see if I can share this story.
and it is.
I gotta ask first. Hold on, give me 1 second.
Hey, smoke, bring Chris to the stage.
Okay, Chris, what's up, man? Hey, Chris need to call me too, man.
Oh, stage. Hey, smoke. Hold on. I'm sorry. Before we even make another step. Hey, smoke. You remember the first time we did this? We was on the couch, just me and you, sitting on the couch next to each other. Look how big the platform we got, smoke.
I love it, man.
Hey, it's gonna do what it do. I told you that.
Read my story. Read my statement.
Consistency.
Oh yeah. Go ahead.
All right, Chris.
Okay, so
when let Chris go. Hold on. I'm sorry. Hey, Chris, you've been here a couple weeks now. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
we feel you part of the Mirror Conversation family. So since you've been here part of for a couple weeks now, what has this platform Mirror Conversation and what we do on Sundays, like what has it done for you?
It's a place where you can, for me, it's given different views on the way things can go or happen, and it allows us to have the conversation that a lot of people in the Black community don't like to have or shy away from, because one-on-one, if this was a relationship, then it would start an argument.
Facts. Big facts.
So now in a setting like this, we can have that conversation. We can talk about different subjects, different topics, get people's views. And sometimes you'll be surprised. You may not think that you would view it this way, but at some point later down the line, it may become useful. You know what? Let's try it this way. Let's try it that way. Let's do this instead of this, and let's do that instead of something else.
I'm with you on that, Chris. I really appreciate that, and I think everybody do too. But we can go back to where we was at. Who was speaking? I'm sorry for cutting you off.
Lamont was talking about the Bible, how he put
that was Smoke
talking and it. Oh no, yeah, smoke. Bring a Bible verse into it, man.
Smoke like that. Smoke like
that. I don't. Listen. Listen, boy. Church people is the worst people.
Nah, we ain't gonna say that. My God, dog, Chris. But you got your opinion. Smoke, we can't hear you.
Well, I'm gonna tell you a story.
I ain't gonna lie, that's your opinion. Each his own.
Let me tell you how when Smoke first met my mom. he first met my mom, and it was around Thanksgiving time, and she was like, "Oh, so you ready for Thanksgiving?" And Smoke went into this whole thing about why they call it Thanksgiving. It's a man-made holiday, and this, that, and the third. My mama
Wait.
got
Hold on. Just one correction. That's not what she has said exactly.
well, I'm
But it
She was
summing
still
it.
saying
went along
about
those lines.
she was saying
Yeah,
about how she had Thanksgiving, like kids born on the holidays, and that was like a blessing from God. And yeah, but go ahead.
and they went into this whole debate about Thanksgiving, and he told her it's a man-made holiday, and this, that, and the third, and she was so upset
Oh
because
boy.
she was not, because he was not going with what she said and was going against it. And oh, it just blew up from there. She
I'm s-
felt some type of way, and that's an example of being a yes person. And he will go against everything and make a person uncomfortable, which he did with my mama, and she was too upset about that because she was like, "Oh, what kind of man do you have?"
Yeah.
okay, but
He
listen.
was speaking up about his values, and he was
But
showing.
that was his
But
values.
he
You know
didn't
what
know.
I'm
I was
saying?
going to say that he didn't know how to keep that to himself.
No,
Okay,
he
now
But
didn't.
listen.
hold on, wait.
I grew up. Hold on,
But
just
before
go ahead.
Go ahead,
anything,
Chris.
that's that's bad because why can't I voice my opinion without you judging me?
That's listen, that's what we talking about, because this is what
Yes.
I was telling Lamont.
Yes.
Some people don't want it. Some people say they want to hear the truth, but they don't want to accept the truth. They don't
That's
want
the
your
Yes.
opinion. They want you to
that's
really go with what they
Christian.
say.
Unfortunately,
Okay,
sometimes
so
we all have it, but Christians have it too, and they never want to face the fact that, hey, I'm a Christian, but when I hear something, I judge. We all do it. We, no matter what, even though we don't try to do it, we all do it. Oh, I don't like that car. I don't like the way he looked. I don't whatever we all do it. But for whatever reason, when Christian people do, or people that are active in the church do it, and you bring it to their attention, oh,
all right now, Chris.
I'm dying. I'm dying because it's like it goes against everything that they say.
hmm So I do
It
want to
do.
say this. That was my fault because you know why?
That
I
was the
have
first time
grown
you
to
met me.
know that there are different types of religious people. I grew up around Muslims. One of my close uncles, well, my cousin, but my dad, well, it's a long story. But anyway, one of my uncles, I got him tatted on my arm. He was a devout Muslim. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I grew up around a lot of 5%ers. And then in Miami, my grandma was kind of like I'm gonna just be real with you. My grandma said she was the only black Jewish person. I'm gonna just keep it real. That's a true story,
Hey,
bro.
hey, hey,
I'm
Smoke,
lying,
bring the
daddy.
music back to the
My
stage.
grandma, my
Nah,
grandma practiced Judaism. I'm gonna just keep it real. She made kasha. My grandma really thought in her mind she was Jewish, bro. I'm just being real. So I realize you have open-minded religious people and closed-minded religious people. And some Christians you meet are aware of the Bible and the situation with that, the holidays. So I stepped out of bounds because I didn't know what type of Christian her mom was, you know? And just me and my faith, I don't associate my spirituality with holidays.
hey, Smoke, bring Tamika to the stage. I know she got something to say about this. Bring
Oh, I
Tamika.
thought she was here.
Nah.
Oh
She
shit.
left.
Sorry
But
about that.
I had warned him before about my mama, but he just decided to go his route. So I said, okay,
And
I'm gonna let y'all do y'all.
and Tawana, this
Nah,
was
I
at your
just I
mama
just
house.
I just
Smoke, you
ain't
did this
know
at
that
Huh?
she was like that.
Smoke.
Go ahead,
You
Like,
did
Tamika.
Smoke. You did this at her mama's house.
Yes.
well, we was kind of like
Smoke.
I was leaving.
Smoke. Smoke.
And what I wait,
You
this what
wouldn't
I
have ate none
said.
of my curry goat that day.
But
Listen,
you don't
it was
even know what I
crazy.
said.
It don't matter what you said. Obviously, she was offended, and you should say,
Yes, she
I'm
was.
sorry. The appropriate thing to have done would have been say, I'm sorry that you're offended. Doesn't mean that I'm sorry for the opinion that I hold, but I'm sorry that I offended you in that moment. And to you,
Well,
Chris, you go and
she didn't exactly express to me that she was offended. She just continued not to like me. And I ain't gonna lie, as a kid, I've heard stories of how my
That's
family was.
because Smoke is
Oh,
very
go ahead.
opinionated. He's a very opinionated person, and we remember we were having a conversation earlier, a few minutes ago. We were saying how some people just don't want your opinion if they didn't ask for it. She didn't ask for it, but he gave it.
Smoke
Hold
got to
on,
learn
but
to drink water and mind his business.
hey, I ain't
And
gonna lie. That's why I stay in a shell, because a person who's highly religious, I just didn't see that she would associate God with like the holiday of Thanksgiving. And I was like, damn, you mixed the two? And I ain't gonna lie,
Wait,
I shouldn't have said
my
that.
mom ain't been into church all her life, so she was just newly found into that. So she was just going
I
into
didn't
that.
know. I didn't know her, and she didn't know me. But this be the catch 22 with that. And me and her
Can I
mom
get?
good. Like we have a love-hate relationship. Oh, go ahead, LaShawn. Go
I
ahead,
just need
LaShawn.
somebody,
They definitely do.
and I'm listening to everybody on the Christianity, the this, the Muslim, the da da da. Can somebody in this group please look up religion? See, because I don't bound to none of them. And look up religion as to why we having all this confusion. See, because I don't speak on the Bible, I speak on what I feel. And a religion, it
Nah,
bounds
that's the
us
strength
to
for me
one
too.
belief. It bounds us to values of a group. And I'm not. I'm singular, so I don't
Well,
have a religion.
well, I'm
So
gonna
I
say
can't
it
speak.
publicly. As for me and my household, we will serve the Lord, and I'm gonna leave it
That's who
at
I
that.
serve. That's who I serve. I serve a God of my understanding. I can't tell you who to serve.
But
I
God
can't
is
tell
bigger
no.
than your understanding, Sean. Don't let me
Exactly. That's
start
what.
preaching up in here
No,
now,
that's what I'm
because
saying. That's
the
what I'm saying. I
glory
don't
of
Now,
have a
God.
religion. I don't have a
Don't let me
religion
push
because
that
Wait,
doctrine
wait,
because
wait.
now.
because
now,
God
you see
itself
how
is,
that could
is bigger.
change?
God
You,
itself is bigger than anyone can understand. That's why I pull out my understanding, so I don't get on nobody's religion.
Hey,
I
Trust
don't
in the Lord
practice
with
it.
all thine heart and lean not to thine own understanding. Your understanding is a drop of sand compared to the big God that I serve. But we ain't gonna have church up in here today, okay? We gon'
hey,
that's all I'm gonna say. I love you, girl.
hey,
No, I'm
hey,
just saying I
look.
don't have a
If I
preference.
could
I don't.
sing,
I
I
don't
would
have a
bust out
preference.
singing.
But
If
right.
I if I
So,
could sing.
I'm in that Bible, but I don't push it on nobody. Is basically what I'm saying. I don't push it on nobody.
Hey,
I don't push nobody.
I
I
love
don't push
this.
my beliefs on no one else.
okay, so you
If I could
see
sing,
how
I'd be
you see
singing. My
how that
God is
just worked out?
awesome. He can move mountains.
Oh, hold on now. I sing all, baby. Hey, I got a Christian list. I'm just saying I don't push what I believe on nobody else because
Absolutely.
I talk about the spiritual realm. I talk about stuff that's beyond what people even think is out here. So that's my belief.
And as
Now,
a
What I've
Christian, the
seen
only
that I
way to
can't
bring people
unsee.
to God is to truly just be yourself and to be
Authentic.
genuine and to live by the fruits of the spirit. For somebody to be so curious that they want to challenge their own status quo and say, how is it that you are so peaceful? How is it that you are able to handle all the stresses of life? Because they see how you handle it. And then that's an opportunity to invite them into your space. You don't push it
right.
on anybody.
Now,
It's a
you see
lead. They
how
have
we
to
was
they have
just
to see
having.
it. They have to see it, and that's with kids too. They have to see it. We
You
always
got to
keep
live
talking
it.
about some. I keep telling them to do this, but they see you doing something else. So all this ties together. All
Yeah.
of it ties together.
Hey, hey, to try to change the topic a little bit. Ruby Smith, she looked like she's been with us through the whole thing. But she says amen. Whatever she says amen to,
Amen.
I'm with it. Amen. I'm with that. So let's try to get back on topic a little bit, right? All right, so this is one that where I question myself, and we gonna get a lot of questioning in right now. So signs you might be a yes man without even realizing that. So I'm gonna say some stuff. Consistently second guessing yourself after agreeing, feeling drained or overloaded after meetings or conversation. Like,
Why did I do that?
yeah, why did I do that?
Yeah, why did
Why
I
this?
agree to that?
Or or rarely offering your real opinion when it matters instead of just saying, oh man, the meeting over with now or the conversation over with now. I should have said this. Like you could be a yes man, you know what I'm saying? But guess what? Ain't none of those in my thing. because I don't feel drained no more. I don't feel drained no more. I'm gonna tell you about yourself when my opinion matters, and I don't guess myself too much no more, man.
It's called people pleasing, and I did it for it was one of my trauma patterns was to people please. It was to if I did this and overgave and overloved that they would stay, and in the end they still left, and I was still drained. It's called for me. It's called the energy exchange. So now I'm real. My discernment is up on 100. If you come around me and our conversations are not on the same flow, because I need people around me that's talk about going forward, not staying backwards. And if that energy is not exchanging that way, I just remove myself. I don't choose to be in the in crowd. It's people pleasing to me.
Nah, I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. Anybody else gonna speak on that?
I had a situation where my niece, she used to come to my sisters a lot about relationships. You know, she's young, she wants to know. And, you know, she got into it with my two sisters because of, I guess, the advice that they were given that she asked for. And I told my sisters, I said, hey, sometimes people ask for the advice, but they really don't want the advice. They just want you to listen. They want somebody to vent to, and they really want you to just listen even though they asking for the advice, because once you give the advice and it's not what they want to hear, they really don't want your advice. They really want you to just sit and listen. Not to have to tell my sisters that. So y'all don't have no more fallings out. Just listen. Cause she's young. Whatever you tell her, because my niece is 19, she's gonna make mistakes. She's gonna have relationship problems. Even if you tell her the things that you've been through. Some people I've learned that you're going to there you got people that learn from other people. You got people that learn from what they see, and you got people that have to learn on their own and go through those things in order to learn whatever it is that you tried to teach them. So she just got to go through life, and to be at peace with your niece. Just listen.
I'm glad you mentioned that because I now notice during my healing process, I don't allow the I call it trash dumping. So when my daughter calls me, and she's younger than me and she goes through a lot of ups and downs, I tell her when soon as she calls me, and I be like, okay, do you want me to listen or you're asking for my opinion? So we get it out the gate in the beginning. If you want me to just listen, I'm here to listen. But now if you want my opinion, don't call me and say, what do you think? Because then you open the door for me to say, oh, you know that's wrong. And she just wanted me to listen. So I opened the gate with, hey, am I listening? Or are we having a conversation back and forth? Because that's true. People do just want you to listen. And some people want you to feed in on their bullshit. So you got to know which one you're doing.
I agree with that because
That's a good way to start. Cause I ain't gonna lie, I used to give my opinion on one. It used to be unsolicited advice, and Smoke used to tell me all the time. That's a good thing I ain't asked you for your advice, and I'd be like, you know what, you damn right, you did not. Let me just shut the fuck up. You didn't ask me for my opinion, so you know what? I'm just gonna keep my opinion to myself. That's when I had to learn. I now I let people feel do what they want to do. It's not that I'm being a yes person. Even if I go against it, I'm just be like, you know what? They gonna do what they want to do. People grown.
facts. That's why I let people be people. Because guess what? I'm gonna be me. I'm gonna be me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Uh,
The fact of the matter is that when it comes to being a yes person and a person with boundaries, I think the scenario or the realm in which we're speaking makes a difference. In terms of outside of the home, pick a side and stick with it. But I think inside of
facts.
the home and relationships, sometimes requires a little compromise. Sometimes it requires you to be a little softer. So a person that is normally a boundary challenger at home, sometimes just to keep the peace, you may just not all the time, but you have to know when to hold and when to fold in order
I
to
agree.
keep the peace in any relationship. So I
I ain't
think
gonna lie, I
Yes.
fuck with that. I fuck with that. But but
Yes.
but you know, it's also it's a skill you have to learn.
absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? It's a skill you have to learn. I'm always running my mouth when I should be shutting the fuck up. I have to learn that. I had to just learn. Like sometimes I just had to tell myself to shut the fuck up. Now that's how you know Sometimes too, you can tell yourself to shut up, and you be like, "All right, you know what, you right." And it's like you can see the person pump up even more. Yeah, and I know I'm right because, all right, you got it.
Usually
And
you
you
get
know,
that usually you get that reaction, and usually you get that reaction from people that have a trauma of not being heard. And I'm gonna speak on myself.
okay.
So we'll overtalk a situation. We want to put ourselves in a situation because younger we felt like we wasn't heard. So now we want to just speak up on everything when we need to shut the fuck up. Just listen.
I mean,
Oh, I
that's I
love
mean,
this.
right, right. And I think at some point in time, especially with communication, especially when we talking about being a yes man and a boundary pusher, we really nowadays this whole life is really like a board game. Before you say and do anything, you really just had to step back. Especially from my understanding, a lot of us were talking about situations at work. I push entrepreneurism
Yep.
because I believe that if you're gonna be that opinionated on these not this job, you need to you need to be doing it for yourself,
For
man.
yourself, I agree.
Sometime I walk into work, it be 30 pallets. I walk right by them shits like I ain't even seen them. I'm about to drink my coffee, man. This ain't shit moving until I have a cup of coffee. Because I know when shit go bad, man, they'll push you to the curb.
Hey, hey, look.
I
I'm
done went from a housekeeper to I was a supervisor of a department. And I seen from the bottom to the top. And they don't care. Even when you think you at the top, they don't care.
hey,
So I
look.
would rather, oh, go ahead. My bad, my
No,
bad.
I'm listening. I'm going with you. Go finish. Go ahead.
Yeah, I would rather take what I know and what I learned and dump it. And my wife would tell you, hey, you like cooking? We need to put that on TikTok. Oh, okay, well, I said it. I said it. You could be cooking on TikTok. These motherfuckers don't know the secret to make that macaroni not dry as a motherfucker. I'm to the point now when I go to events, bro. Collard greens and macaroni don't even put that shit on my plates. Cause I've been
You
around
gotta
some
teach me,
classic.
Smoke.
That's what I'm saying. I done had some classic macaroni makers and collard green makers. And sometimes fried chicken too. The way they fry chicken in my house, if I go to your house, listen, man, let me get the you got seafood rice? Let me get the seafood rice. What you got? A little beef? Let me get the beef. Nah, I'll pass on the fried chicken. I'm sorry. Like I went to Lamar house, he made a what was it, strudel? Oh, what you
No,
call
no,
it?
a stuffed waffle.
A stuff.
A
Man,
stuffler.
awesome.
A
Awesome.
stuffed
Oh,
waffle.
hold on now, smoke. Now we come. Now one thing about
Okay.
this family, we come from a household of cookers. Our ancestors are cookers. We're talking about no box food from scratch. We go in there
Yeah,
and we gonna make it happen. Our ancestors got us with that one. I
Nah,
don't care.
nah, I
Our
definitely
men and our women, we cookers.
I
yeah.
definitely feel you when you say that. When people say um from scratch without the box, I mean, I was never incorporating the box, honestly. So when you say that, it kind of made me think you got some boxes in your house, and you like, nah, I'm gonna do this one from scratch today. We don't even have the boxes in the house. But that's for another time. Whenever you come down, we'll show you.
Hey, hey. So
That's all I'm
I'm gonna
Christina,
jump
saying.
back
We
what's
on
your
welcome.
topic.
chef nickname?
Hey, look, I'm gonna jump back on topic for a little bit.
Okay, yeah, my bad. It
Why?
was my fault though.
Nah, it's cool. It's cool. Why do people become yes men or yes women? My honest opinion, the fear of losing opportunity, the fear of being judged, disliked, or seen as difficult, childhood and past experience teaching compliance over courage.
It's all three. All of them. That's the reason why people do not like confrontation. And some people are not set up for confrontation. Some people feel it's safer to be the yes person because they don't want to go back and forth with the person.
Right. So
Like even if you're
okay.
at a job, if your boss, this is not a part of your job description and you ain't getting paid for it, but a boss come up to you and be like, hey, I need you to do X, Y, and Z. Now I'm doing Tamika work, I'm doing LaShawn work, I'm doing your work, and I know that this shit is wrong, but I don't speak up and say nothing because I don't want the confrontation. but I'm overworked, I'm underpaid, I'm stressed out, but I won't say nothing because I don't want the confrontation.
Go get some tissue, man.
Hey, nah,
Either
I
that
agree.
or you feel like it's going to give you an advantage when it's time for promotion.
Or
I call
or
it
you
brown
or you feel
nosing.
like it's gonna be a problem and they gonna look down on you and retaliate against you. This shit like that happen at jobs.
It does.
It
I just keep
happens.
saying it.
So then when Lamont come and they ask him to do the same thing they asked me to do, and Lamont be like, hell nah, that's Tamika job. I ain't doing Tamika job. Shit, I'm not finna do LaShawn job. I ain't doing D job. I'm finna do what came here to do. I'm finna do my 8, hit the gate, and that's it. I ain't doing nothing more, nothing less. Now he difficult. Oh, he don't want to work.
Now
It's
our applications tell us in the fine print that one of those questions is if
Any
we
other
ask you to
duties
do
as
another
assigned.
job, would you do it? And you be talking about, yep, I would. So now when these people tell you, hey, jump in here and do this, we already signed in on the fine print that they say they might change us up at any time. So I'm gonna agree with Smoke. I'm gonna go get my own work in. I'm gonna produce my own work because I don't want to be a yes ma'am or a no ma'am.
Yeah.
I'd rather do my
All right,
own
so
skills. I got skills that I bring forth to create my own.
And another thing, like Lamont, you asked about childhood stuff. Sometimes childhood stuff creates yes people.
Yeah, facts.
They create yes people. You know, depending on the things and how they was raised up and how they live. I done seen it. I done seen it. And some people grow out of it and become they speak up for themselves. And when they start speaking up for themselves, everybody, like Tamika said, they gonna find you difficult.
Black
You
sheep,
can't express yourself no more.
black sheep.
so I'm glad everyone feels that way because we all are at a certain age, and we all know that these jobs have minute respect for us.
None.
Most of
None.
them, so it
None.
is kind of like you do have to kind of dance your way around when you're in these situations, but at the end of the day, I'm the type of person, I get into the information of the job. I'm sorry. Some people call it difficult. That's just the way that I am. I've been in situations in my life where I just had to fight, whether it's the court system, whether it's a simple mortgage dispute for my grandmother's house. I just been the type of person that has to fight. So if you doing something and that shit out of line, manager, supervisor, director, I'm a hey, hey, does that go for me? Does that go for me? Cause I'ma just tell you, man, that shit ain't right, man. And I'm inclined to damn near walk off this bitch. Now I haven't really quit a lot of jobs. Every job I went, I excelled, and I thank God for that because I try not to. I know that when you're a black man and you tend to be opinionated, they call that aggressive.
Facts.
Some people see it as, oh, we need to have him in charge. He gonna control all the other niggas. Sometime, but so for me, it's just been, oh, this guy kind of talks, and he's not really angry, but he does have like a presence that shows if he gets angry, it may be a problem. And they just put me in charge of all the other niggas. And that I'm just being honest. Either you're gonna be the problem nigga, or you're gonna be the nigga that handles all the other problems for the niggas.
Oh
And
Lord,
so
smoke.
and so when we at the jobs, sometimes we just gotta let that bitch burn down. Oh yeah, that's how y'all want to do it. Okay, you want me to do this right here? This dumb as fuck, by the way. But okay, you got it. You got it. I try not to take them jobs home, man. Cause when I walk in the house, my son be like, "Daddy," and I don't want to tell them motherfuckers at the job. That's why sometimes you just gotta come. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come home to some fried chicken and a little head at this point, boy. Cause
Oh my God.
my motherfucking for real, man.
Smoke.
I'm
I'm
trying, but
I'm with you. I'm with you on that, Smoke. Cause once I do my 8 and hit the gate and clock out, I could be sitting down in the. I could just made it downstairs to my car, still on the premises. Hey, we need you to. I'm drunk.
hey,
I'm
man,
drunk.
hey,
Tamika
man.
tell you I'm drunk. That's why Tamika don't want to give me a job. Soon as man, from the time once I clock out, I could be coming down the elevator and at the front door, and y'all, hey, we need. I'm sorry. I done had something to drink already. I can't. I can't do
See,
it.
see,
Mhm.
for
Nope.
you might have not have all been all the way honest, but I'd have had some stressful days at work, and it was a time where we only had like one vehicle. So I ain't gonna lie, my wife would come pick me up. Boy, she got a bottle in the car. I said, I ain't gonna lie, you my motherfucking nigga. You my nigga, dog. And sometimes it might even
Okay.
be mixed.
I'm gonna give you another example that they tried to pull with me. I was one of the top 3 performing ITs in the company out of 14 ITs. Right. I used to
Damn.
work for McKesson.
All
Okay.
right, preach, preach
Y'all
now.
need to stop calling
Um.
these company names.
Yeah, you see, I ain't even see it. I ain't
You
even
I
see
see
mean,
my
it.
eyes keep spread open like
Oh yeah, I ain't
I don't.
currently an
But
employee with the company, but if they want to flag the video, they can. And if they need me to speak out, I will.
Listen, I don't need to be your attorney now. I will be if I have to, because freedom of speech is America. But let's
Oh,
save
don't
ourselves from
say that.
trouble.
Don't tell me I got some motherfucking legal counsel. We
No.
taking this to the moon.
I have defended
no,
myself in court and won. So anyway, go ahead, Chris.
I'm one of the top 3 out of 14 people.
Right.
Right. And for some reason they fell behind at work talking about mandatory overtime. You could either, and we had to do 2 hours per day. Either you can come in an hour before your shift and stay an hour after, or you could do 2 hours at the end. I said, hey, my son's daycare closes at 6 o'clock. It take me a hour and 30 minutes to get home. I got to go. Well, man, listen, I don't care how y'all want to look at it, flip it. I got to go. Even though I ain't got to go pick him up because his mama would go get him. I'm tearing up. I'm tearing up out of there. We not finna play these. I'm not. There's one thing I don't do. I don't play crackhead games.
Mm.
so you
And
basically just be dishonest.
I'm
Just tell them
gone.
I don't want to do it.
Nah,
Hey
nah.
Chris, you wanna know the crazy part?
They ain't gonna
By
like that.
looking at me, you probably would think that I would do that. But my wife would tell you, it has been times we have been on vacation. These people are calling and texting me. I mean, we on a family vacation now.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, hey, babe, I'm gonna answer the phone. And I answer the phone to help them because I was a timekeeper, so I was dealing with payroll. But one thing about it, I work with a lot of how I could say I had a lot of non-black people within our upper chain of command, if I'm being politically correct. So I was
Right.
part of the administration in the chain of command, but you know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't think it's a secret. I think everybody know I was the only black person there. And
Oh
one
yeah,
thing
don't.
about it, being being black or just coming from the urban community, I don't think none of these people was of the urban community because they made everything seem like it was life threatening. So they'll be having a full blown like
Panic
chaotic
attack.
moment, and I walk in, I keep me a cup of coffee. I walk in, what happened?
Hey, smoke.
Oh,
I'm missing an extra hour overtime on my paycheck. Well,
hey, they would come,
when I
they would come to me and say that. And so now the the supervisor kind of like, oh man, they going crazy. I'm like, listen, the overtime, it go through 3 modes of approval. I don't approve overtime. I just make sure that the hours match up. Your overtime still has to be approved.
right.
And that's all
See,
I do. I
I'm
done
I'm
had
I'm
people
I'm a firm
holler,
believer,
scream,
man.
fuss.
Don't call my phone before work. If my shift start at 8, don't call me. Don't. I'm not checking no email. I ain't doing none
Yeah.
of that between the hours of 8 and 4 or 5 or 6 or 8 to 8, whatever that agreed time is. Don't call my phone because I'm telling you, if you call my phone before or after those times, I'm liable to answer the phone however I see fit. What the hell you want? Fuck you calling me for?
And
Or
oh
I ain't gonna lie.
man,
I just
that's
wasn't
that's that's real white
like
indeed
y'all
in
that
y'all
here.
kind
laugh.
of person.
I will dead ass do
He's
that. And then
serious
on
though.
top of that,
Nah, I don't.
uh
I mean,
that when you filling out that
I think
contact
he
or
is.
the job or your supervisor or your manager is like, hey, can you leave us a contact number? Uh are y'all giving me a stipend? Are y'all helping me pay the cell phone bill? No, well, I ain't got no phone number for y'all to contact me. Straight up.
Well,
And I'll be sitting there in the office on my phone like this. Hey man, I don't have a phone number to give y'all. I mean, unless y'all want to go get a company phone that I will answer between the hours of operation or whenever I'm on call for that weekend, great. But don't call my phone before my shift or after my shift, because I'm telling you, I'm liable to answer the phone however I see fit. Y'all don't pay my bill. I'm not on the clock with y'all. I don't have to do anything for y'all. Hey,
And Smoke,
y'all
to
got to
answer
wait
your
till the next
question
day.
about Smoke, to answer your question about vacation, if I were your partner, I would definitely have an issue with you answering the phone on vacation unless your company was reasonable. So if you answer the phone on vacation, the next Friday you're gonna leave work earlier and come take me some lunch or bring me some flowers. We gonna reclaim our
Now,
time.
on the flip side too, she'll tell you I did get like awards, and these people still say,
Awards don't pay bills.
I mean,
Accolades don't pay
absolutely,
bills. And time is
Hell,
absolutely.
not something that you can get back.
after
On
too
that
many
So
family
awards, they
time that
start
you're
to fight.
supposed
They
to be
start to
on.
fire you when you get by 8 or 9 awards. It's like, okay, we got to fire this one now.
Yeah, but if I'm at a job, I'm just gonna work it. That's it.
yeah.
I'm gonna do what I want. I'm gonna do what I can because I know sometime I'm gonna have to put somebody in a place. Hey,
Hell, it
Yeah.
listen,
was one
listen,
time I
listen.
was at a job I left early, and I wish I would have stayed.
wow.
Talk about that.
That
I'm
that was
dying to hear
that
it.
was the that was the day that the Brinks truck doors flew open.
On the
He
highway.
tried,
I
he wasn't
remember
there for the
that.
payout.
Hey, wait,
Yeah,
wait. Are you talking
That
about in
happened on
Miami?
285 in Atlanta. Mm-mm. That happened
285
in,
on the north side.
And,
Oh,
that was a few
and,
years ago. I remember that.
I
and you
was
was there?
working. I was
Or you,
working. I worked right at that exit right before it happened. I left work early, man. Because all the jobs that I've ever worked, it's always been out of sight, out of mind. Like I will go to the mall. I'm ghost. I do my work good enough to for you not to notice that I'm gone.
right, facts,
If
facts.
I needed to go handle my personal business, I would go handle my personal business on the clock. I go do
No,
whatever, right?
confessions.
Yeah, we can let it all out now because I move how I want to move now. I got my own truck. You can't. I call you. Hey, you want to take this load? Nope. Well, I don't want to do it. But yeah, I left work early that day, and
And
right when I made it home, I looked on the news. The Brinks truck, the doors flew open on the highway. Smoke.
I'm locked in.
money everywhere.
You see me?
I
I'm
was
here.
Money
sick.
I'm here.
everywhere.
Millions of dollars just flew out on the highway. Even for the next couple of days, people were still stopping on the highway, looking on the side of the road for money.
Ooh,
I remember that.
They talking about,
wow.
oh well,
So,
if you got some money, they got the serial numbers, and if you use it,
oh
you going to
well,
jail. Man,
Man, you got
you
them
just
serial
gonna have to
numbers memorized. See, that's what they do to scare people. I
you
ain't
got to
scared,
scare
catch
sir.
tactics.
I'm taking this in Foot Locker. We going in Apple. If you
I'm
know the
telling
serial
you.
numbers, you better post some shits on TV because I'm spinning this.
you do tell.
I'm spinning this, sir. Don't
Hey,
So what,
don't threaten me with a good
Lamont?
time because the
Can I
good
uh,
just say
time is
one
about
more
to be
thing?
had.
yeah.
Fuck you
So
talking
one
about?
thing that I do now, and I really, now that I'm older, I feel like work-life balance is really important, right?
Oh boy, tell me about
Setting boundaries, which brings us back to our topic. So my current job now, between Monday and Thursday, I work 2 days. My supervisor gives me the flexibility to pick which 2 days I want to work between Monday and Thursday, and then I work every Friday and every Saturday. I do not have my email on my phone because on those 2 days that I'm off, I don't check my email. I don't answer no emails. I don't call anybody. I don't do any work. I am off. Right. And so I find that when my email is on my phone, all hours of the night, I'm looking at the phone. I'm going to bed thinking about what I have to do tomorrow. So that's one way that I have established a boundary. I'm like, if it's an emergency, my supervisor knows to call me. Right. And when you call me, once I answer that phone, that's 15 minutes of my time, even if your phone call was 30 seconds. And I'm going to leave 15 minutes early the next day because I'm reclaiming my time.
it.
Time is precious. I can't get it back. And so I do try to set those types of boundaries now that I'm
Right.
older. Before,
We do.
when I was trying to climb the career ladder, I feel like I was more of a people pleaser because I felt like, hey, I wanted to have favor in my superior sight. Like I was gonna climb the corporate ladder. Guess what? You get up there, they still throw you to the dogs when they no longer have a need for you. So I'm gonna live my life. I'm gonna be great, and I'm gonna live by my boundaries.
Also, Tamika, I would like to second on that too. I think some of the reason why for me that I'm the way I am when it comes to work is because my dad, as long as I can remember, my dad has always owned his own business, right? Had his own business. But my dad also would work 7 days a week. Literally on a Saturday and Sunday, 7, 8 o'clock. I mean, he was great because every Saturday morning, we get Burger King and we're sitting down watching Saturday morning cartoons and stuff like that. But he's going to work on Saturdays and Sunday mornings, and he's going to work in these white people places and homes, and they're enjoying family time. Even if they're not doing anything, like they're home. And I would always tell my dad, I'm like, yo, you got to stop doing this.
Wow.
But black people have this tendency to feel like we need the money all the time because we have created this lifestyle that can't go without not going to work 2 days out the week.
I used to be like that too. Fuck work.
Yeah, I mean, I grew up around some hard working people too. And when you come from the bottom, because I came from work release, I was doing fucking I worked at Chipotle. I was a prepper for Chipotle, making guacamole from scratch, nigga. Fucking cutting up 300 avocados. Then I went to working for BurgerFi. Then I was a housekeeper. Then I was a, and then I had became a supervisor in the medical records department. So nothing is like getting a call saying, "Hey man, we had a blow up in the bathroom on the first floor." Then people calling me saying, "Hey, Mr. Palmer, man, I need to call in sick today." And you able to just say, "All right, I'm gonna call. I'm gonna let the timekeeper know." The position I was in, I became higher than that. I done had my own office twice, and it's just so. I guess when I went from cleaning toilets to wearing a tie and shit, and they used to be like, "Hey man, why you be getting so dressed up for work?" Because I love this, nigga. I was in a uniform getting shit on my shoes. Now I got on a tie. And these Gucci sneakers, that's automatic. I gotta do that. That's for me. That's not for you. That's for me. And so I guess it just comes a time where you just take pride in, you just ain't really that. You don't feel like it's really that hard. So Tamika, by her saying, "Hey, 15 minutes out of my day, I gotta get it back," I always thought to myself, shit, I could be standing over that hot ass grill, man, cooking grilling 1,000 pieces of chicken. I'm happy to be in the office. Then they had gave me a little spot where I was able to work from home. Nigga, I ain't even got no pants on. I'm in this meeting. Nigga, I got my drawers on. I got my drawers on. And my wife about to fix me a drink. And she just cooked breakfast. Yes. I'm here. I'm at the meeting. Hello. How y'all doing?
And they can't give us no jobs like that, man.
Ask my daddy, man. I was working from home. I had the computer on. I hear it ringing. Do-do-do-do. Cause we used to sing. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do. I'm running from the back. I ain't got no pants on. I got my fresh shirt on and my fitted. And I'm going into the meeting with my hat on. How you doing,
Can
Miss
I
Perez?
can
I'm
I
here.
say something? And it's totally,
Go ahead.
totally, totally off of what everybody's talking about. But sometimes I just go into my own little lane, and I'm gonna tell y'all what I have noticed today and a couple of days that I've been listening to Smoke, and I'm gonna have to go with Smoke. Do you know that what you're showing other black men or men in general out there is that you have came from a prison system, you have came from the
Yup,
bottom, and now
yup,
you are in a suit. And that's why when people call you, you
yup.
answer that phone because I know been some places. I'm telling you, I got some things I gotta say. I got some ways I can help. But you're proud of that, and that's good. And that's something
Yeah.
that other black men, other men in general need to see, that it doesn't matter where you come from. Be
Yup.
consistent about where you're going. And I love just hearing you talk about, when I was here. So you're not trying to make it seem like you boost for it. None of that. You sound so humble with everything, and that's good for other men to see. That is good for every man, another person to see that. I don't care if you got a prison record, because a lot of guys get out of jail and be talking about, I can't do it because the system messing me up. And you're proving that you can push through it. I had to say that.
Thank you. Thank
Nah,
you.
hey, Sean, I agree with you, man. You know, I got two people I look at like that, him and Lucky.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And Lucky's another one.
I look
Strong
at
people
them.
that don't matter, that didn't break them down and built them up, and that's what other people need. That's what other black men need to see. Other men need to see that doesn't matter where you come from. You still matter. You still can fit into society if you keep consistency and determination. You're gonna push through.
And that's why when I'm labeled the difficult one, sometimes I just had to stand up in work and say it was a part of my life where it said the whole state of Florida against me. And my lawyer looked at me. It said the state of Florida. My grandma, she couldn't even deal with herself to throw these letters away. It said the state of Florida against Lanier Palmer Jr., your grandson. And she would just watch me stand up in court and show my ass. Junior, sit down, grandma. We ain't got nothing to lose. We got everything we trying to win.
Yeah.
And just seeing her there, it make me go harder. Cause I be damn if y'all break me down in front of this lady.
There's a lot. I don't know you, but I hear a lot of growth. I hear how you always speak highly of your wife. You always include her opinions, you always, you do. I like that. And a lot of African American guys per se don't like to give their women the credit, and I see you do that all the time.
She fought. We both fought for that. She fought a little harder. What?
But
But
it show,
we fought that. Huh?
but you can hear the growth, because you sound like you ain't always been where you're at right now. Is what I'm saying, and it's good for others to see.
Amen.
Yeah, and you know what? And that's what I want to project. And you know, I appreciate that, because that's what I want to project. Because I've done a lot of wrong. People see me show my whole asshole, Paul. They have seen me show it. And so now I just want to create happiness. You know what I'm saying? Me and my dad, we
Por
lost
la
my grandma,
mañana.
and I just promised. And it's rare when you lose somebody and you tell them. But you
Por
know,
la
a couple
tarde.
months before my grandma died, Dewana, that's you taking the Spanish test. Hey.
Por
And
la noche.
my also,
Por
y'all
la
are,
Hold on,
noche.
let me
y'all are
mute
two
her
gentlemen.
because she take a Spanish test.
Y'all are two gentlemen coming from two different worlds, but still intertwined with the same traumas that y'all have faced and overcame. And that is so good for other men to see, that it doesn't matter what background you've came from. You've came from a background that allow where you had to hit the system. Mark came from a background where he seen some things, he heard some things, but between the both, y'all came together with mirror conversations and showing people that growth is there. Growth is there.
Hey,
And
big fact.
No, growth is absolutely there. And I'm sorry, I became just a tad bit long-winded. But to me, when people be listening to this, we do want to show them, we do want to give them hope too. Because you know, people may watch and they may say, oh, what gives you the right or the credibility to even be up here talking? So sometimes we have to know our struggles. We have to say that I saved my friend's life in the shootout.
Yeah.
We have to
Yeah.
say that. We
Yeah.
have to say that. I had a friend in a wheelchair who was, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't leave him.
Yeah.
I stayed. Either we gonna die together, or you
Yep.
gonna take me to Hattie, or I'm gonna take you to Deborah, but I'm gonna have blood all over me. However it goes,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? So not really to get like too deep in it, but when we talk about the worst workplace, it's because I would walk in that bitch with a 3-piece suit on, with my dreads hanging, and say, good morning. But I
Yeah.
ain't gonna lie, I ain't gonna put up with y'all shit. And I'ma outwork everybody else in here.
Please, my God.
Respectfully.
That's so true. That's so
And
And I
it's
true.
the
smell good.
authenticity. It's the authenticity, and we get to the point, just like the gentleman that's in the box, just to hear it, because I never looked at how him and Tamika, how important my time was when I was out there in the work field
Amen.
and on salary. I didn't know how to shut that phone down. I was open to these people 24 hours a day, and no one should have that much access to you 24 hours a day when I work from
Right?
8 to 5.
Talk about it.
So we're learning. It's a great learning experience from everybody. And I'm sorry I took everybody off subject, but
Nah,
I
you
just
good?
love hearing y'all
No,
speak
we on
and where y'all
subject.
came from
We on
and where
point.
y'all are going. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? We
Chris,
got a
you need to call
gentleman.
me, man. We need to get you. Call me, dog.
Hey,
But
so all
I
right, so
got
I'm
you.
gonna put us back on topic because I want to finish all of this because we're gonna talk a little bit more. So we only got 30 minutes because we know this podcast supposed to be for an hour. We be going for 2 hours and 30 minutes. But I want to know everybody's opinion, right? Like, why are yes men, if that makes sense? Why are they just saying yeah?
Because of
I mean,
the reasons that you listed, those same three reasons. I think everybody would agree to it.
I second that one.
I
People are
agree.
afraid they're afraid they're
You gonna always be a yes if you gonna always be a yes person if you don't want confrontation, you avoiding losing
you don't want to
friends,
hurt nobody's
you don't want to
feelings,
hurt
right?
nobody. You're gonna always be considered a yes person when you do those things. And
Now the
like I
question
said,
that should really be asked is, well, I can't even say that should be asked because I mean it don't really apply to any of us for the most part. But the question would be, how do you stop from becoming a yes man? And I think we've also touched that too
Yeah, we did touch on
by
that too.
setting boundaries.
And
Yeah.
letting go of fear that you're gonna lose people or a position or anything.
So I got you. Hey, that was a good one. So I want to give y'all a little bit because I think everybody in this whole platform, I'm gonna continue to say, know exactly what I've been going through for like the last 6 months to a year. So one thing I can say, pressure busts pipes, but pressure also creates one of the most beautiful things in the world, and that's a diamond. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm gonna say that, like, I don't know if anybody in here really, I believe everybody in here is watching my vlogs and everything, and I continue to talk about the man that I'm chasing, like the new Lamont. And this is the new Lamont because I'm gonna give you guys an example of me not being a yes man, me being a pusher, me creating this new life for me is because that I do feel that I fell short for self sabotaging myself a lot, and that was me being a people pleaser, me just saying yeah just to get the conversation over with, me not answering the question right because guess what, I'm gonna have to say yeah. So I can honestly say that my real growth has came from me growing, and I'm gonna say this, from me growing of not being that yes person. And maybe I just realized that on me losing my job and me going through the things that I went through in life, maybe I was that yes person a year ago. And that really wasn't me. That's not me at all. So now at this point, like I said,
I
pressure.
have a question. Do
Go
you
ahead.
think being a yes person is always a bad thing?
Nah, I don't. I don't. You
So
know
you
what I'm saying?
believe that in certain situations that being a yes person is okay?
See,
Those are real questions.
no, I get you. I get you. So since this
Somebody out
is
there might want to know.
look, so yeah. So right now, since it is my topic, and I've been married. I'm a big brother. I'm a best friend. I've been a boss. I did all of that. So I'm just gonna tell you my opinion on the question that you just asked me, D. So I think being a yes man at the perfect time when you need to be that yes man, like you know when you need to. You know what I'm saying? You know what you gonna stand on being a yes man. But my thing of me not being a yes man is I'm not gonna agree with you just to agree with you. I'm not gonna tell you what you need to hear to make you feel good. I'm not that yes man. But yes, to answer your question, at times I think everybody in life is that yes person once or twice in their life. Yes, I think it's not bad. I think you gotta weigh out the situation and know when to be and when not to be, if that makes sense.
Okay.
Just like I said earlier, you got to know when to hold and when to fold.
Exactly. Exactly. And
Y'all seen the show I was talking about? No.
Chris, what you
You
think?
must have something cooking in the back, boy.
I mean, that's right. You got to know when to hold and when to fold. Everything ain't worth it.
Nah, facts.
Tamika, I mean, I'm y'all may not know, but Tamika, man, I'm the most nonchalant person. My ex-wife looked at me one time and say, "Why you act like that?" I say, "Act like what? Act like you don't care?" Because I don't.
Oh, honey, I had that same problem. I ain't gonna lie to you. I used to ask that
I
to Smoke
don't.
all the time. Why you act like you don't care? Like, I just,
And what was my response though? Continue the story. Tell the whole story.
no, I'm just saying, I know that you like that too. I used to always wonder that too.
How
Like,
do you
what?
know? Because he clearly said that. He said, I don't care. He said his response to his ex-wife was that I don't care.
Yeah,
I act
because
like that because I don't.
Yeah.
But my response was what? I do care. Why do you think that I don't? Well, I mean,
yeah, I ain't gonna act like I do. I'm gonna tell you I don't,
what
because
you
I
gonna tell
don't.
the parents to?
Because if you do, man, it's unnecessary stress. And I listen, like I say, man, I'm a certified crash out. I would lose it all.
Hey Chris, we believe you too, because you standing on that right there. You standing on that, and I believe you. That's the funny part about it. That's the funny part about
And
it. All right.
the only reason I'm like that is because I don't bother nobody.
Hey. All right. So I think everybody identified their own personality of the yes man or being the boundary pusher. So I'm gonna give y'all a little bit on what I think about the the things that happen when we always push the envelope. You force your growth in yourself and others. You create new opportunity that didn't exist before, and you stand as a leader, not a follower. So being that boundary pusher or that envelope pusher, like you create your own lane, you create your own lane, you create your own trend. And people follow. You know, everybody in this chat right now knows that people follow the trend. So if your trend is popping, guess what? You must be doing something right.
I'm not a trendsetter. I don't follow trends.
Nah, the trendsetter is you set the trends.
Yes.
Yeah, that's a trendsetter.
Yeah, I've never followed no sets of trends. Nothing that nobody was seeing, nothing that nobody was doing, and nothing nobody was wearing. I make my own clothes, so I have my own style. Um, just never been that person, and I feel like when we people please, it's because, and for me, it goes to childhood. I don't want to lose what I never had, so I do tend to let the supervisors do me any kind of way, because if I lose this job making $24 an hour, am I going to get anything else like it? Da, 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 da. So we do tend to people please. I do anyway, knowing that half of the stuff that I'm agreeing to, I really don't want to do. It's a fear of losing what I've worked so hard for.
Hey, listen, it be like that. It be like that. I truly understand. What Smoke went at? What Tamika at? Oh, and D, we'll never see
But
you anyway.
you know what? Fear will
You
also
gonna
keep
keep
you.
it? Don't worry, I got you next
I'm
week.
here.
All right.
Fear
No, I
will
know.
always
I was
will
just messing with
also keep you in situations that serves you no purpose, whether it's a job, whether it's a relationship, whether it's a car, because you're fearful, man, if I lose this job, will I get another one back that's gonna pay me what I've been getting paid?
These were previous um um previous obstacles I made for myself, I no longer feel that way. I've decided to generate my own cash because I'm not gonna be a people pleaser. I'm not. I just like to go
So
free.
do you currently have a job in corporate America,
No,
or do you work for yourself?
I work for myself.
Okay.
Sean say she a hustler.
Yes, I'm talking about in every form of the way. I've did on top of with smoke. I've did the jail system. I've did the prison system. I've did and it was a point in time that if you came to me, I'm stepping. But now I stand back and say that it's just not the version where I'm trying to go at now. I'm falling in love with the person who I am now. I don't have to people please anyone, and not that I'm trying to be better than anyone. I'm trying to be better than the person that I was yesterday. So
Yeah.
my boundaries are different now. My vision is different now. So I surround myself with different things, and wish to. I don't want to be around no one that don't want to be open to hearing other people out. I don't want that because if you closed off, that means that's some narcissistic shit to me. I want you to be open. If you're around me, and we're going in the same direction, you're open. Hey, what you think about this? But if you're not open
Mhm.
to that person, you're gonna shut that shit down. You're gonna shut it down. You're gonna be like, no, I don't want to hear that. No, 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 no. So I'm just saying that to say that yeah, that was where I was at. Fear is not holding me to anything. Fear of what people think, people fear of what people say. That is not my issue today.
Mm. Well said. Well said. Absolutely. I mean, I ain't gonna lie. I think on that note, man, we might need to close out because
Yeah, 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 yeah.
I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. It's been a lot to take in.
Yeah.
People
This
gonna have to listen to this 2 or 3 more times.
Hey, this is
You
one
know
of
what I'm
them
saying?
days though that it took everything out of me just having this show. Not bad, you know what I'm saying? I gotta go recover. I gotta go get my mind right. I gotta get back to myself again, man. But hey, look, always, like I really ain't got nothing to say for the end of the show. But it's been real. I appreciate this every single time that we do it. I appreciate it. So, uh, listen, I'm down
And
for it.
before we go, I do want to say, if you're a veteran and you're in need of medical, if you're trying to get your benefits, you know what I'm saying? You just trying to get everything that's owed to you. Tap in with me, man. I'm starting my own nonprofit. Love for veterans, and I'm kind of good at this shit now. If you want, you need to call me, man. If you're not receiving benefits, if you ain't using your health benefits to the biggest capacity or anything, I know some Vietnam vets who not getting anything. So
So
if you're a veteran,
Can you help people from any state? Is this
yes,
something
because
you can
it's
do?
all
Okay.
universal. When you're dealing with the government, it's all universal. I can
I
help
was
you
asking this
online.
question for the viewers that may come in, if you can help from any state that they're in with their benefits.
Yeah, yeah. I'm only one person. I can't be in any state, but if you call me, and the bad part is I have helped people get service connected for free.
I
I
mean, the
just
good
love to
thing, the
do
good
this just
part
like I
about it,
love to
not
do
the
the
bad thing, the
podcast.
good part.
Huh?
You said the bad thing about it, mean the good thing about it. You,
That's what I said. I said the bad
yeah.
thing about it. Well, people charging, but I'm definitely free of charge. I'm just trying to help people. I want to help veterans. I work with a lot of homeless vets, man. They just do something to me on the inside. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to help people. I work with a lot of vets who not utilizing, they ain't getting the proper health care. So if you're a veteran and you are without health care, you could call me. I could
He
walk
can
you
definitely
through it.
help you get your benefits and everything that you ain't getting.
And you're located in what state?
I'm located in Georgia right now.
Okay. I'm just trying to do that for the viewers.
Oh no, yeah. But I thought if they have our information that they could tap in. But yeah, thank you, LaShawn. I'm located in Georgia. And I'm
Okay.
actually at the Atlanta VA every day. So I also have something for senior citizens. If you're a senior citizen and you're a veteran, I have people who can help you, still get your Humana, even though you're a veteran and all that. So, y'all tap in with me. And anybody will tell you, I have testimonials and I really don't look for nothing. I just if you do good, that just does something to my soul. I know I'm gonna be blessed.
That's great information to give out.
Well, I really don't do nothing. I ain't even got no job. All I do is vlog my life. Go to my YouTube page and see my life.
I need you to humble yourself, Mark, because you're in a good position, baby. You're in a
I am
position
And
to,
check
I've been
out
you're on
chilling,
the
man.
restart.
Hey,
and
I
check out
definitely been
Lamond's
chilling,
work
man.
at LNS Interiors. He does great accent walls. He's very handy, so
I
check him out
forgot
there.
about that too.
And he
You know
mounts
what I'm saying? Be
TVs.
humble. Be humble. This is what
The
I,
man,
yes,
the man mounts TVs, man. He
Smoke.
mounts
yes.
TVs where TVs
He's
should
handy.
not go. Okay?
I am unemployed, but I have
He
very
mounts
many
TVs
skills.
where TVs should not go. Just
I,
for the record.
yes. Thank you. We gonna help him out.
Bye, y'all.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, much love. We appreciate y'all.
Absolutely.
Yup.